Tonight we're going to do tacos, but I'm going to do them a little bit different. We're going to bake them in the oven. So I'm going to start by cooking the meat with the onion and the green chilies. We're going to season it, drain the meat, drain the grease. And then we're going to take the tortilla, put some refried beans, the cooked ground beef, and cheese, and we're going to spray them with oil, and we're going to bake them in the oven to heat up the cheese and melt it, and to heat up the refried beans. I saw something similar, and I thought I had corn tortillas, and I don't. So we'll have to make those another time, but you actually put the raw ground beef on the corn tortilla in the oven. And it kind of works like the smash burger you've seen in a flour tortilla. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to cook this, and then we'll put it together and put it in the oven. I thought about experimenting tonight, and I thought, it's already late and I need to eat dinner tonight. But we're going to make some baked tacos tonight. I've got the onions, and I'm going to drop the green chilies in. And this is what we're going to start with. And then we will get this all drained after it's cooked and get it seasoned up. So I've got the ground beef all cooked and ready to go. I've gone ahead and taken the refried beans out of the can. Our little trick to make them nice and creamy is to add milk. Well, we don't have any, so I added some sour cream. We like sour cream, so it's not a big deal. So I've got some parchment paper, and I've got the flour tortilla. We're gonna take cooking oil, and we're gonna spray the outside of it. Now we're gonna flip this over. On half of this, we're gonna smear some refried beans. And on the other half, we're gonna add the taco meat. Get that all spread out. Now, this is another one of those ideas that would have worked really well with my kids when they were younger, because I just made big pots of taco meat because everybody likes it a different way. I had those that liked hard shell, soft shell, never could tell. So we're gonna put in a nice amount of cheese. I also had some queso blanco left over. You could easily throw that in there too. I'm gonna take the bean side and flip it over, and we're gonna smush it. Now, it's got all that oil on it, and my oven is preheated to 350, and we're gonna bake this, I wanna say 6 to 8 minutes, and I'll let you know if that's the amount or not afterwards, because I am trial and error on this. The original recipe, as I said, and I'll have to try it when I have the corn tortillas, but you put raw ground beef, so of course you cooked it longer. But I've also seen it done this way, and it looks really good. So we're gonna give this a try. I'm gonna make myself one more. And as I said, if my husband doesn't want this later, he's got all the stuff to make burritos. So all done. I did about 5 minutes on one side, 5 minutes on the other. Bear with me, my oven stinks. I need to call a repairman. It loses temperature sometimes. So I would just say, do the 5 minutes. I flipped them over and did another 5. So I'm gonna use some sour cream, because this is just what I like in tacos. And I had bought cups of avocado, or of guacamole. And that's how I'm serving it. Real simple, real easy. Just something that really sounded good today. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you'll think outside the box next time you have tacos. Tonight, I'm just gonna throw a chicken broccoli Alfredo bake in the oven, and it's real simple for a night where you don't have a lot of time to throw things together. I've got rotisserie chicken, I've got some Parmesan, shredded cheese, pasta, whatever pasta you want. I've got a bag of broccoli florets, Alfredo sauce, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper. I'm going to get a pot of water going for the pasta, and I'm going to defrost the broccoli florets and cut them down a little bit so they aren't so big that we can't get them in our mouths. And then I will also grate a little bit of the parm. But this is going to be a real quick, throw it in the oven, and I'm going to take a shower while this is baking. So I've gone ahead and got everything prepped. I've got the broccoli, and it's still a little bit frozen. So I'm going to take the hot pasta, which I measured out 8 ounces, and we boiled it. So it's already cooked and ready to go. And I'm just doing this so that way the broccoli finishes warming without getting it too soupy. We're gonna add in the rotisserie chicken as much as you want. So I'm just gonna throw in some, mix it, and we'll see. I like this one really well because it really shreds it, the one from Aldi's. And I still have plenty to do something else with. Give this a good mix. Now, as I already said, I cut this recipe in half, because I don't want to eat this the rest of the week. Add just a little bit more in. I've got another recipe I think we're going to do something with the rest of this chicken to get it used. Or the other thing you can always do is freeze it. All right, got that all nice and mixed. We're going to add the jar of Alfredo just straight in. I'll get the rest of that out in a minute. We're gonna put in the garlic powder. Italian seasoning, if I can get it open. I do that to Alfredo sauce anyways, just to give it a little more flavor. Add in some pepper. Now, I'm not going to add in the salt it calls for. I did salt the pasta. I just don't want it to be too salty, because I've also shredded some Parmesan. And a little trick, if you use jarred Alfredo, and say I used too much chicken or broccoli or too much pasta, take just a little bit of milk, shake it up in the bottle, and put it in there, and it'll work out perfectly. So I'm gonna put some of the mozzarella in, just a handful. Ooh. Give it a stir. My oven is preheated to 350. I have a baking dish, which I have already greased. And I only greased it because I just didn't want this to stick. So go ahead and get this all in there. This is a deep dish 9x9. It's like I said, I didn't make the full batch. All right, all there is to this. We're gonna add in some more mozzarella cheese on top. A little bit more right in the middle. And then I am gonna add in, got a cat yelling at a dog. Add in the Parmesan for a nice top layer. Now you're gonna bake this for about 20 to 30 minutes, however long you want. And that's all there is to it. The only other thing I could say is take your garlic powder, just because I do this on the top of lasagnas. Lightly sprinkle. And then do the same thing with your Italian seasoning. And that is all there is to it, and I'll bring you back when it's all finished. And there we go, all finished. Thanks for joining me tonight. If you add that extra garlic and Italian seasoning on top, you will really smell it while it cooks. Give this one a try. It may look really simple, but it is delicious.